Yeah,
You are now tuned in to episode, what, 36? Wow, man. 36 episodes means 36 weeks.
Yeah.
That's a long time, man.
This is the first week that nephew's shoes and his son hat matched, though.
You stupid.
Like they got a combined outfit. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I just flamed this nigga. He wait till the camera come on.
Yo, pull the mic closer, nephew.
I'm going to.
But don't get none of that chew on it.
Word up.
I'm quiet.
Snuff.
Rest of the show, I'm quiet.
But be
You
quiet.
better not.
He got to be
Hands
quiet
folded.
because, you know,
Hands
better not.
folded.
word up. He just, his
I can't cross
personality
my
got
legs
high
like
blood
John,
pressure.
so I'ma
you know
fold
what I'm
my
saying? He
hands.
ain't
Yo,
taking his
look.
medicine.
Y'all need to leave each other alone, man, because we should get some boxing gloves
Hey.
out here. We got a lot to discuss
Bro,
today,
I would
though.
take Hoodie's leg off and sweep the whole motherfucking roof.
You won't be able to reach the roof with my legs. So anyway, how was your week, though, nephew? I love you.
It was great. I went to see the Easter Bunny,
Okay.
which was Hoodie. Won 2 bikes,
Okay.
a basket. So both my grandbabies got a new bike. They got to see Easter Bunny with one leg, which not a lot of people get to
You
see.
stupid.
That was pretty dope. You know
How
what
was
I mean?
how was the Easter Bunny hopping?
He didn't hop. He had to get help up the steps.
He was
You know what I
moving?
mean? Yeah, he had to he walked like Fresh Elizabeth. He walked like that.
Yo.
But he was a good Easter Bunny though. It's pretty
But
good.
how was your week, though?
Fantastic, man. That son's here, so that's dope.
Do you want to introduce your son after you tell us how your week
Oh, for
was,
sure.
please?
Well, since you just did that, I just
Nah, I didn't.
Yeah, I just
You do what you
introduced-
want to
Can
do,
you
man.
introduce
You a
the
bully,
people,
bro.
bro?
You a podcast bully,
Can you
man.
introduce the Mexicans that you
dark
got?
skinned
that you-
niggas, bro.
Nephewing.
He's a podcast
Hey,
bully, man.
hey, can you introduce the immigrants that you got living in your belly button too? We want to know them niggas. We want to know them niggas too.
Yo, from all motherfucking continents, too.
Yeah, let them Venezuelan
Hold on, time out,
motherfuckers
time
out.
You got Australian immigrants,
Time out,
African
time out.
immigrants.
That's what I want to hear.
You got the
Mexicans.
United Nations in that bitch. Listen, wait a minute, motherfucker. You
Hoodie
not
shit
gonna
wasn't
come
funny.
out flaming on me, motherfucker.
Hoodie shit wasn't funny. Cap shit was hilarious. When that nigga said all the nations, that everybody missed it. That was the funniest shit.
Yo,
But I'll let him introduce himself.
for sure. Dun, 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 dun,
What's
dun.
up? I'm Davon.
Talking to Mike. Talking to Mike now.
I'm Davon. I'm here for my first night, and I'm chilling.
Thank you for coming through.
Word up.
Thank you for
How old
coming
are
through.
you?
I'll be 26 this year in July.
Young buck, young
Damn.
buck, young buck.
Damn.
What
You
was
had
I
to-
doing
you had
when
to-
I was
Been
26?
a while, right, John?
That's a long.
Yeah.
26?
John
26.
been around since that nigga was like 11.
Yeah.
Damn.
I remember when him and Jalen dropped the shelf in the bedroom fucking around.
Yo,
Yeah.
you sound like you still
Remember
tight about
me
that.
and
Nah.
Jalen back in kindergarten.
That's damn, that flew, bro. Because I still see
Didn't
you
it?
the same. I still see him as the same. Like,
Fact, I still see Jalen as a little fat fuck, but he's so grown and not. You know what I mean?
nah, man.
So what are we? How are we addressing you? What is your name? How do you prefer to be called?
You can just call me Day Day.
Day Day. So Day Day, how was your week?
My week was all right. I got drunk.
What you be sipping on?
Anything that get me messed up.
Oh,
shit.
So you definitely grew up in nephew house. You got a stomach of steel too. This nigga. Listen, nah, fuck that. We gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. This nigga done drank a Natty Daddy, a Old English, and a motherfucking
Yo, shit.
a bottle of
Shit.
water, and a deuce of Keystone.
how much of the bottle of water did he drink though?
The whole
Only
vibe.
2
I
sips.
think it said the water. Everything else is like.
That boy he got toilet water stomach right now. All
Yeah.
that beer in there.
hold up, Dave.
Then he got the dip in too.
Dave, when you sip,
Yo.
do you sip to get to a certain level, or you just like, yo, I'm just getting fucked up?
Well,
He's 26. He's trying to get fucked up.
nah, because I gotta still have a clear mind and a clear view of things. You know, I got
Word.
kids.
Yeah,
Word.
yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Real shit.
So in my mind, I gotta still be sober enough. If something happens, I can still take care of them. So,
Real shit, man.
Yes, sir.
Go. It's a pleasure to have you. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
You wearing that hat like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna talk
I'm
about
a
that
big
outfit in a little bit.
fan.
You set that hat down and go to the bathroom. Guess what?
I ain't coming. Nah.
That shit
I got
disappearing.
hawks of eyes.
I'm gonna be on the internet with that
If
motherfucker.
you take that head off, I think the dreads might come with it. You know?
Oh, I'm definitely taking that motherfucker.
Bro, you
there.
stole my joke from last week. You can't do that
My
shit.
shit.
Oh, with
Real.
Joe?
Yeah, it's corny. You stole my joke
That
from
was
last
nice.
week. Stop stealing people's jokes. It's ridiculous, bro. Come up with your own shit. You
Cedric.
fat one-leg fucker.
Let's keep it moving, y'all.
Yo,
Quest, how was your week, brother?
Man, regular, degular. You know what
Don't
I'm
hit me
saying?
with that regular,
It
degular
is,
shit,
son.
bro.
It is so much is regular, bro, that it annoys me, bro.
Yeah, but I'm excited about you telling me your
Oh well, shit. Yeah, let me.
this squat progress.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. So, as I'm improving on my recovery from my workouts, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I went up 20 pounds in my box squat, you know what I'm saying? So, a couple months ago, I think I started at 95
Yeah.
pounds, and I'm up to 175, you know what I'm saying? In
Box
control.
squats are different, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? At a parallel level, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm not just thumping on the box, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I'm controlling it down,
Yeah.
and then I'm exploding
That's
up.
how you get that explosive.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get ready, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get that fat nigga back from Gus Macker.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he stole your whole ligaments.
Yo.
Yeah, so and Stan Strowman asked me to hoop with him in the Gus Macker.
That's
so
what's up, man.
yeah, so you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be getting together doing some, you know what I
I
mean,
wonder what he
workouts.
looked like on the court. I ain't seen him ball in years.
I seen him on working with his son last summer. Stan
Yo,
is
Stan-
already
He's
I'ma
a
tell you
life
something.
beast.
I'm gonna tell you
He's-
something. Stan's son Marshawn, that little brother is nice. He nice.
son, I seen him working with him, and it was beautiful to see because I had flashbacks of me working with my son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Stan's in excellent condition. He go to my gym. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be getting up and putting it in. You know what I'm saying? I sent him to the link to the podcast because he didn't know we was rocking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he in the loop now.
That's dope,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Can you get back to where you was at before that? You think? Because you was cold. You probably still got the best jumper I've seen.
Son, I can get back there, but I mean, not to when I hurt my knee, because what happened, I hurt my knee is because I wasn't in the condition I should have been.
But you're in that condition now.
I'm in better condition then. You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
That's dope.
That boy damn near 50.
Shit.
That's
nigga.
all right,
Like
nigga.
I ain't
Tyson,
gonna lie,
about,
that nigga had the
Tyson about to
best
whoop
jumper I've seen.
Jake Paul ass. He's
Oh.
damn near 60. It depends on how you condition your body.
I was shooting
Tyson's
though.
an animal.
Son, I was shooting the other day.
Was it wet?
Yeah, it was wet, but here's the thing I noticed though. The motherfucking the jarring of the joints when you
Yeah.
ain't doing it on a regular basis, just simple jab step pull up shit.
Yeah.
It's a different feeling when you
Yeah.
ain't been doing it. You know what I'm saying? I can do all of the squats, all of the jump rope, and there's a different type of torque
Yeah.
that you put on your body with hooping. So I got to get in the habit of doing that in conjunction with my workouts. But I mean, other than that, man, I'm just trying to stay consistent, keep my diet tight. You know what I mean? Ratchet it up with my fasting.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, I'm good money though.
Jetta,
was long as a bitch.
Jetta, you ain't getting away today. And you got little man with you. You know what I'm saying? How was your week, good brother?
It was all right. I mean,
Yeah,
it was good.
Jumped in. Let's go.
God.
Good week.
Yeah,
How's school? You said you in 10th grade?
yeah.
How is 10th grade now in 2024? I remember how it was back in the day.
It ain't it. It ain't it.
Why not? Why not?
People are just weird.
Like
you know?
how? You gotta
Like,
tell. We old.
So, you know how back probably when you guys were in school, there was always like
back when Jesus walked the earth and stuff.
I ain't know
They be thinking we old.
I know, right?
But let's just say there's probably like a group of kids,
Yeah,
like jocks probably back then.
yeah.
It's basically them,
Mm-hmm.
and they just make it harder to,
Yeah,
focus
that's-
on certain stuff.
That's high school.
Yeah.
So nothing's
I mean, high
changed.
school. High school doesn't change. The hard part is you guys think that back in our day or whatever, because our parents say the same thing, and I respect
Same
it.
shit.
But the whole thing is high school is the same. You got your jocks. You got your.
You know what? You know what I automatically start thinking of though is social media.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
When he said that jock shit, like, so back in the day, it was like, okay, there were social groups with jocks. You would party with these jocks. It would be cool to be around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of them was assholes. I was never on it like that. I was the anti-bully type dude.
Yeah.
But today with social media, it's probably 10 times fucking worse, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you are right as far as that aspect. I was speaking on the social clubs of school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's always just gonna be the jocks, the nerds, the
Yeah.
this, the that. That's just the
how it is.
schematics of school. But I mean, when you factor in the social media aspect of it, you know what we have: AOL Instant Messenger, and we had dial-up.
That shit was
back then.
dial-up too.
That's why I
So
said it was dial-up. You know what I mean? So you couldn't stay on there that long.
That was in
'cause-
11th
think
and
that-
12th though. That was
Yeah, I think-
late.
Yeah.
I
not
think that
everybody had it.
I think that a lot of the stuff he just the jocks,
Yeah.
all that, it's different, for a couple of reasons. One, this generation.
Because you
is so
ate all
more-
the bullies?
Maybe I probably did.
Spit it out, Rome.
I probably did. You stupid. But you stupid. But this generation is so much more accepting than every other generation. So they have.
When you
way-
say that, what do you mean by more accepting?
with everything, with transgenders, with gays.
Oh,
with,
yeah, all
like,
that
just
shit.
you know what I mean. So there's way more groups that fit people in this generation of school that fit. So everybody has a friend.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Everybody has a friend.
Like there's a group for
yeah,
everybody. So
everybody.
hold up. So tell the people what your name is again,
Oh, my name is Saran.
and get a little closer to the mic, because this old
good.
nigga, this old fat nigga, think he know everything. So do you think what he's saying is correct? Do you think what we're saying is correct? Like, is there a group for everybody, or is there sometimes no group for certain people?
I feel like it's mainly no group for certain people, but it depends. Because there's like some people in the school that have a group,
Yeah.
but then there's other people that just stick to themselves, you know? They're not really with anybody or anything like that.
Probably antisocial, real
Yeah.
antisocial, and
The emos.
yeah,
Stay out the way. Stay out the way.
Yeah,
That's basically a group anyways.
Yeah, the emos.
Yeah.
They got a group.
Damn.
I ain't gonna lie, my 10th grade year was completely different.
Pull the mic to your face just a little bit, please. Like, how was your 10th grade year a little different?
Well, during my years of like freshman, senior, all that time,
yeah.
we were going to 2 different schools. We had 2 rivals. You had the Blue Devils and you had the Green Hornets.
Oh yeah,
you
that's
know?
that's where we come from.
Exactly.
We was on our gang
and
shit
right when
too.
the merge, I was a Blue Devil in the merge.
Oh, that's
So he was
crazy.
part of that.
I never heard of anybody ever explaining that being a part of that merge.
Me either.
Yep, I'm part of the merge when we became the Elmira.
Express.
Yeah.
What grade was that?
I was so my last year of being a Blue Devil was freshman, and then
wow.
going into 10th grade, I was an Express. And to be honest, the school difference was a different vibe because, like, I lived on the north side. And I ain't gonna lie, that's where a lot more of the hood people live.
Yeah,
at.
yeah.
And on the south side, it was a bunch of
It
more
was-
country
yeah.
people, more redneck type of people, you know. And when they merged, I remember this night too. I was on my way to science class where the whole school went locked down. Over 12 police cars came in because it all started off a racist war.
You dumb northeast side niggas. What was the-
Upstairs,
what-
downstairs. Cause
What was it about? Like
It was,
the
well, a white guy called the N-word to a black guy, you know? Typical things, you know?
You could say nigga.
Like, well,
And we can say
I
nigga
keep-
here.
it wasn't nigga, though.
Oh, it was the hard ER.
Nah, say that shit.
Oh, that motherfucker, nigger.
what did he say?
He
Man,
was his whitest nephew.
I
outfit.
can't,
You
know,
don't even want to say it.
I can't fully say it because
Yeah.
like right when it all happened at a flash, you know.
Yeah.
And I come from a school where we got bored during lunchtime. We just used to have fights in the bathroom, you know,
Damn.
just to see who was dominant, you know.
Damn.
That's
That's
where
crazy.
you
That's
know.
some bored times, bro. 'Cause
That's
you can do a
crazy.
lot more fly shit than that.
Listen, a lot of people like to test their strengths and stuff like that. Like a lot of things, social media was in a different zone at the time.
What was the social media that was active and popping in?
I mean, just like you guys said
MySpace,
before.
maybe?
What was that?
Oh nah, he's probably in the Facebook era.
Facebook or
Oh, I'm a Facebook era.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where I got in.
His 10th
I
grade
didn't
is like
jump
8 years
into the
ago.
whole other social medias like
Okay.
that because I just didn't care for social media. That's how a
Yeah.
lot of drama just gets spread around and stuff. You know, I like to find my own facts different ways
Real
without
shit.
having this birdie tell me this story and then it get mixed up and then so forth.
yeah. That's deep, man.
What's
Um,
crazy though, to expound on that, talking about the racism. Before he came to that school, he went to Horseheads for a little bit because we lived in Breeze.
Shit, I had to pull my son out of horse.
Yeah, we went. They stuck
He called me
bananas.
crying, bro.
One out of
Yeah,
three
they-
black
He ain't
kids.
Tone, he's not a crier. His mom, so he always lived with me throughout his school years. And I'm not trying to cut you
You
off.
good, brother?
Keep that thought, right? Real quick. So I encouraged him to just thug it out because he moved in with his mom, right? In Horseheads. It was a better school, right? So he told me once or twice that he was having a hard time and why it was always racial shit and the tension. Then it got to the point he called me and was like, he was crying. He said, Dad, I don't want to jeopardize my future being in this school, but this is what's going on. I'm getting called the N-word, this, that. And his mom was like, well, he's always going to have to deal with racism, so he's got to learn how to deal with it. I said, nah. Took him out of there, brought him back to my house. He finished school on high honors, and now he's in college. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Thank you for letting me get that off.
Sure, it was kind of the same thing. When he was there, he was wrestling, and they put bananas in his shoes. It was a monkey. They put bananas in his shoes.
Yo, fuck horse heads.
So me and his uncle had to come
Okay,
up
yo, I
there.
stand on that.
Yeah, like so me and his uncle had to come up there and
It
literally
didn't
talk
matter
to
if it was
the wrestling
Horseheads.
coach.
It didn't matter if it was Elmira. It didn't matter where the merge came. High school was a pain in the ass all the way around. You know, one way is racism. Next time it's just all around bullying. If you didn't have the gear and stuff like that to fit in with people, you were put down.
That's a fact.
That's it. You weren't.
Facts.
If you didn't have the right come up or right saves and stuff like that, or the right knowledge, you were straight put down. It didn't matter.
And that's kind of my fault too, because he kind of just the one thing he got from me that I wish he didn't.
What's that?
'Cause I don't give a fuck what you look like.
Yeah.
I go out the house in flip flops, tube
I ain't going out
socks,
in no
a
flip-flops.
fucking,
He said,
a
get it right.
motherfucking tank top. You know what I mean?
Nah, my son the same way.
Yeah, this nigga walk out of the house and
I'm saying I think that's
Mechanic
kids.
shoe.
I think that's I
He
think
don't
that's
care.
kids nowadays because my kids do that shit too. Especially when my daughter don't feel like going nowhere, she'll put on the most leisurely shit. So she'll be like, "Nah, I don't want to go here. I got this on and that on," and you know the boys will have on their slides, and they're just in a comfortable era. I mean, we're in the era of wearing Crocs, and Crocs is the shit. You know what I'm saying?
that's crazy.
So if you guys don't mind, since we're talking about school, I downloaded this little article. You guys might have heard about it. I'm gonna keep it quick because I know I like to talk a lot. But there was a situation where there was a New York teacher locally in Cohen that was forced to resign after preventing a 7-year-old male student from using the girls' bathroom. Right? Me and Hoodie talked to a young lady in the gym about this the other day, and the situation was this. And I need you to listen to what I'm saying because I want your opinions on this. I want
Said that
your
right to
opinion
me
too.
when he looked at me.
Now, this child was 7 years old, labeled and identifies as a transgender child. I'm just gonna read what they have typed so I don't get misquoted, and nephew don't say that I got some bullshit from Fox. Or something.
Nephew facts.
Nephew fact. Where's the button?
Facts.
The truth. You can't handle the truth.
All right, so it says a New York elementary school teacher was forced to resign for refusing to allow a biological male transgender student to use the girls' restroom. The Elmira Heights gym teacher, who students referred to as Mr. C, was forced into early retirement last month for allegedly violating a state law allowing students to use the bathroom that corresponds with their gender identity. Now, this is a quote from the parent. "My daughter was being misgendered, not allowed to use the girls' bathroom," the transgender student's parent said on a social media post, a screenshot of which was shared online. "I filed complaints and took the proper steps to ensure my child got equal and fair treatments in school." I'm going to skip over. Okay, so a third-party account of the incident claimed the transgender student, who was only 7, has been identifying as a girl for quite a long time. When Mr. C refused to allow him into the girls' restroom, he allegedly had a panic attack and threw up. And I'm going to leave that right there. Now, before we move forward, I want to ask these young fellas, because he's currently in school. He left school not too long ago. How do you guys feel about that situation? I mean,
So do you in school now? Do you know or have you experienced, anything close to what we're talking about?
I mean, I know there's kids in my school that identify as transgender,
yeah.
but
Pull that mic close to your face. Your dad's
Yeah,
scared
your
of the
dad-
camera
your
and
dad's
the
scared.
mic, so you might as well
Yeah,
keep
you might
it.
as well just hold it down.
but no, I haven't seen them like go into like the guy's bathroom.
Yeah.
Or, like opposite. I haven't really seen it because
How would you feel about that? Like if, and we have nothing against transgenders or anybody, but to me, it's a little perplexing that this can take place in a school. Like if you were, okay, so you have a younger sister or older sister?
both.
So if they were in the bathroom and there was
The guy that
and you was outside the bathroom waiting for him, and there was a guy that identifies as a girl and you seen him going in the bathroom while you out there waiting for your sisters to come out, how would you feel seeing that dude walk in the bathroom?
Hold on before you answer the question, though.
Let him answer the question,
Was
though.
the dude dressed like a female?
These are facts we don't
Did
know.
the dude look like
No,
a
no,
female?
no.
No, you got to ask that because you
No,
can't
you
say
don't.
a dude walking in.
Like it
Because you could have
depends.
walked in.
Now listen.
Thank you.
These aren't details that are supplied in this article, so I'm not going to assume one thing because then we can assume 100 things. They said a boy that identified as going into the bathroom, so that's what I'm going to go with. I'd rather not throw out any assumptions. But if you've seen that, and I guess we can give a multiple layered question. If you've seen a guy or a boy that looks like a boy going in the bathroom where your sisters are in, how would you feel about that?
I would feel like a little creeped out myself to see that.
Yeah.
Cause like, if like he's older, like probably in like their 20s ish.
Yeah.
I mean, you have the right to identify as what
Yeah.
you want. But if it's like some kid that's younger than me
Yeah.
walking in, I don't really know. You're too young to know like what you
That's deep.
are
man.
yet.
Yeah.
It's like you can't just go off of what your parents say. Like if they say it,
Yeah.
and we have like that down like that, like
Yeah.
we know he said it, then
Yeah. What if it
mean,
was
it's you,
someone that you knew was a biological male, but dressed as a female going into the bathroom? Would it change your perception on?
if like I know him like
Yeah.
really well,
Yeah.
like I know they wouldn't do anything weird.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. But if it's someone that I've just like met once or twice, talked to like a little bit,
Your antennas are going up,
Yeah.
type shit, right?
yeah.
Thank you for that response because we don't know. We're older. We don't, we have parental views, and you're actually in it. You know what I mean? Like you're on the wharf.
Over here in my head, like, I seen it.
Yeah, nephew.
No,
What you was,
happening.
Yeah.
what you was about? What bullshit you was about to
I was
say?
laughing. You said the battlefield.
Nah, but I mean,
Matthew facts.
that. I mean, when you think about it
can't
like
handle
that,
the truth.
I have a daughter. My daughter. We all have kids. I think
So how would you?
my daughter.
How would you feel?
My
bro?
daughter's my daughter's prepared. So we the weird
Same
part-
scenario
the
though. If you
weird-
were
the-
outside the bathroom waiting for her, knowing she was in the bathroom, and
Somebody goes in there.
Yeah,
But
I
you
mean,
know it's a man.
I'm gonna be right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, the
every
hardest-
time you hesitate and you say something and nothing comes out, that means
Just trying to
I'm
get the
turning it
PC
up.
answer.
I'm
Just trying
turning.
to
No,
get the
no,
PC
that means
answer.
he
Yeah.
turn it up.
Yeah. So
I'm going to.
as a dad, I'm gonna be like, "Hey yo, hold on, hey yo, Ryan, come on, baby, let's go." But the hard part is in society now, as much as we feel or whatever, if like you said, if it was a dude, because you don't know how many people. Look at what happened to Jake the Snake with the one girl he ain't know was a girl.
What happened with Jake the Snake?
I'm gonna tell you.
I
in
think that's a
minute.
different
We're
discussion.
gonna come back to
because
that.
I don't want to put young
Yeah.
boy under the bus because I don't know much about
Yeah.
it. It got thrown in the air,
Yeah.
and I
But-
got.
You talking about
respect-
Jake the Snake
No,
Roberts?
no, no.
Nah,
Don't
nah,
worry about it.
local
We'll
shit.
talk about it.
I thought the same thing, bro.
I'm like,
look what happened to Jay the Snake.
But what I'm saying is, so I think anybody's perception of if you've seen a person dressed as a female, if you've seen a person dressed as a female going into the bathroom, your antennas are like, I don't know. I look at everybody as a creep because I'm a
You
girl
said
dad.
ops.
No, they're up. No,
Oh, I
they're
thought
up.
you said the ops.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
But at the same time, since this generational is different, these are conversations that you have to have with your kids in order to educate them so that they're
Yeah.
comfortable. You know what I mean? So I've talked to my daughter about the possibility of you seeing what looks like a man, like in size or stature or whatever, but dressed as a female, possibly identifying as a woman coming in the bathroom. So what are you gonna do? She makes sure that the stall is locked. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, when I go somewhere with my daughter, she always goes in pairs. So these are just, for me, these are things that we've talked about just because of the simple fact that
Parenting and another tool.
in a different generation
Yeah.
of things that we have to be conscious about now that us as arts, we had nothing to do with.
I can
think-
say that. My bad, brother. Go ahead.
I think we have to be conscious about it because we always think the worst.
Yeah, I was kind of gonna hit on something like that.
Because to me, transgenders aren't the problem.
Yeah.
Having somebody who wants to go into a woman's bathroom
Yeah.
and says,
That's
I
the
identify as a woman, is
To
the
use that
problem.
as an
You know what I mean?
excuse,
Yeah,
that's scary.
exactly.
That's just
That's
scary.
that's the problem.
It's
And
like,
I think
how do you identify
the fakes, I guess.
I didn't want to say the freaks, but
No, fakes.
no, I know you said fakes,
You
but
said freaks.
I said freaks. I say that because
Perverts.
Yeah.
they exist. You know what I'm saying? Like,
They
how
do.
you identify who? And we're not talking about the children in school at this point, but it's like in society, how do you identify the people that just want to get a kick out of it and will take full advantage? And this is the dilemma that people raising kids in heterosexual and I don't want to use the word normal because we fuck around and get canceled households, but normal households, that is the question you have to answer. Like, okay, you're expecting me to accept this, but how are you preparing not just me, but everybody else to know that this isn't some freaky shit going on? I think they should make a separate bathroom.
Me too.
So at EDA, at my daughter's school, they do have gender neutral bathrooms. In a lot of the school, in his school, in the high school, they do have gender neutral bathrooms. At Cohen, specifically to this article, those kids are, I believe, from what I've read through all the different parts of the article that I've seen online, those kids are encouraged to go to the nurse's room. They have the nurse's bathroom. So that's how it is in some of the smaller schools. From what from the research I've done since we talked about this last week, was a lot of the schools have, you go to the nurse's office, or you go to the principal's office, or the guidance, a lot of them different offices have bathrooms which are, gender neutral. So it's like going to Wegmans, you got the boys' room, the girls' room, and then you have the unisex, or they would call it the changing room.
So can I ask you guys
I
all a
would say,
question?
can I say one thing?
Of course.
I would say slight pushback. The same way we were worried about if it's a creep or anybody like that gonna push into the bathroom is the same way they worried about us
Looking at them.
going to the bathroom when
What do you
in
mean?
the 60s it's black people.
Oh, see, you got to
That's-
specify
that's
stuff
why
like
we
that
had
because I don't.
separate bathrooms and we had separate water fountains because we were less than we couldn't drink out of the same.
See, I
water
don't think
fountains.
it's the same.
I do 100%.
I'm gonna let you finish, and then I'll explain to you why I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same because back in the '60s, it was a derivative of slavery being abolished, and slowly we were trickling into a different society. Right? It wasn't based on sexuality whatsoever.
But it was based on hate.
But let me finish, though. Let me finish. It wasn't sexuality. So me being a man in 2024 with a daughter, what my opinion is based on is sexuality, and that's it. We're also talking about, the initial conversation was about a 7-year-old child. So the other conversation that comes to mind is mental illness. Because if you're 7 years old, do you know what you prefer, want, or identify with? I'm not saying I know that answer, but what I'm saying is if you're not fully developed until you're over 21 years old, how can you allow a 7-year-old child to tell you that they identify as something other than what they were biologically made to be? That can be the case, right? But at the same time, was there were you being encouraged and coached to, were you fed information to lead you to a conclusion? So to me, there's mental illness that falls into that.
Possibly,
When it comes to the slavery, totally different.
I would disagree, and this is why. Hate is hate.
Misunderstanding.
You're taking it as sexuality and race, but both are hate. So you're trying to break down the larger picture into groups, and I'm saying hate is hate. So
who said hate was involved in the current conversation? Not I. What I said was
I'm talking about society.
A female, male, and then someone that identifies as something else. Hate only comes into the conversation when there's an action or, there's some hate expressed. That's not it. If you say, I don't want you in this bathroom because it makes me feel uncomfortable, hate has no
They didn't want black people
standing
in the
in that.
bathroom because they felt uncomfortable with black people in the bathroom.
And why was that?
Because
Race.
they're black.
Because they hated
Because
them.
they were same thing.
So
no, what I'm telling you.
you're speaking from you
listen,
specifically. Gotcha.
Listen.
My bad.
No. I'm talking about in this transgender conversation. there is no hate in the conversation. It's my daughter is a female. I would prefer males not to be in the bathroom while she's in the bathroom. That doesn't mean you hate the male that needs to use the bathroom.
Gotcha.
It just means that biologically, I don't feel that is right. I don't hate that individual.
No,
and
you're right.
it's not just me. I'm saying, so back in the day, it was like they hated niggas. We black.
I think what nephew was
No,
trying
no,
to
no.
say. I
Go
think
ahead.
what nephew was trying to say is, so in a society where people don't understand certain things. So when he's saying the white people didn't want, when you say white people didn't want black people in the bathroom, I think some of it was the misportrayal that black people weren't equal to them. So I think what he's collating it to is people are misunderstanding of the transgender community and they don't understand. So when they're
you're correlating
uncomfortable,
equality,
equality.
But I don't think.
Yeah, no, and
still, I don't think that has anything to do with the transgender community
No,
because
you're right.
listen, I love everybody. My youngest brother's gay. I don't give a fuck if he wants to transition ever. I'll never hate him. I love him. But I still wouldn't agree with him going in the bathroom with biological women.
No, you're right.
If they felt like they had the right to not have biological men in there, I'm not even saying they're right. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying they have the right to feel like that.
Yeah.
So why not create a different space for something we're accepting in this society now so we can get rid of all the confusion?
When have you ever
agree
seen
with
nephew
that.
say you're right? I'm trying to tell you you're right.
Where's that? Where's your button? You the only nigga in here with a button.
I'm saying you're right. What
Oh,
I'm saying
damn.
is I conflated society with personal.
Yeah.
I conflated society with being a father, society with being a mother, society with
Break it down.
whatever. You know what I mean? Society-wise, I think I'm 100% on topic. But father-wise, mother-wise, personal-wise,
Explain your
I
view
think
to
I'm
us,
all-
please.
Well, because everybody deserves to feel human and feel like
I agree.
they belong where they belong.
Except
Right.
for the motherfuckers that identify as being what's that word you had when they identify?
the furries.
Yeah, when they identify as
I
being
ain't gonna lie to you,
like,
they have some great sex, bro. They
what
be
you
out there-
mean?
They
You
be out there
freak.
fucking.
You freak boy.
They be out there fucking, bro.
Damn, I don't want to see
They
you.
be out there fucking.
What? How you know that?
I mean, just know
What was
I
it?
know.
Pan?
That's all.
Was it pansexual?
First of all, what is on my Pornhub history is between me and my history,
Nigga,
bro.
I ain't never using your phone.
Hey,
Nigga.
I'm
Alright.
gonna keep it 1,000. I watched some amputee porn one time. I watched video after video. I couldn't get with it because every video I watched, there was always something missing. You know what I mean? There was always something missing in all the videos.
I need
couldn't
a,
fuck with that.
Yo, it's
That's
crazy.
crazy, bro.
It's
How you
too
grabbing her hair with no hair?
He literally be making my body temperature
I ain't gonna lie
raise
to
in
you, I
like
watched amputee
seconds.
porn too, and I didn't even. I'm not even
porn? Are
amputee.
you kidding me?
I seen it. Hey, you one-legged white bitch, come over here. I seen it.
Yo,
bro.
I got a question though. I've been sitting back and just listening.
Yeah, I've been wondering why you been so quiet, but
because yo, I let niggas talk that want to talk.
Real
you know
shit.
what I'm saying? I chill back,
real
right?
shit.
I have one question. Why don't the males just go into the male bathroom regardless of what you identify with? Like, why do you feel compelled to have to go into the female bathroom?
They don't feel comfortable.
If you're dressed like a female, it's
They don't
gonna
feel
be
comfortable.
weird going in the male's bathroom.
I'm not, and that's the part. I'm leaving out the part of the dress. So if you're dressed as a female and you're a male and you're like fully, like,
Still a man.
you're still a man, but
They're still a male, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know what the visuals of it is, but I just wonder, like, you know, outside of that. So if you're fully dressed as a female, you really like are embodied as a female, but you have male parts. I get why you would want to go into a
Okay,
female.
that makes sense. I see what you're saying.
That makes
Yeah.
sense to me. However, there's the neutral people who say, you know what, today I feel like a female.
But is there a lot of those?
I don't know.
I
don't-
mean, if it exists, then
if
we
it-
have to address
if
it.
it
right?
exists, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Like, but like to answer, you know, if my daughter, like, I make sure she keep a joint on her all the time.
Yeah,
you know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Like, and you know, as a father, if I seen that, you know, you going into the bathroom, I'm coming up right behind you, like, hey yo.
Yeah.
But
the
let's
hard
go.
part is-
No, I'm
You
not gonna.
good?
You good? Like, I'm gonna like. In the stalls, in the female bathroom, like, I'm gonna make sure my daughter's right. But I'm not about to sit back and be like, all right, we're gonna trust the training, we did it. Nah, nigga, no. I'm going in the bathroom, not all the way in, but I'm watching you. I'm gonna make
think-
sure you go into the stall that my daughter ain't in. I'm gonna make sure my daughter come out. I'm a father, I understand, but I'm not having that shit.
And
But
let me
I'm
ask
not.
you a
think- I
question.
think- hold
If
on.
we're to the point where everyone should be treated equal, whether it be male, female, or transgender, should we even have those concerns if we are actually on an equal plane? That goes to show things aren't even, they're not equal. So it's our job as a society to make things equal, which is maybe creating another bathroom that they
Bathroom, yeah,
have
said
no
it too.
questions or,
I
okay.
agree.
You know
I
what
would
I'm
say
saying?
When it
For
comes to
sure.
my daughter, it ain't about equality. It's
Word
about
up.
my daughter's safety. Period.
Safety. She
I'm-
goes, she's
But that's
it.
what. But that's the exact point that nephew was making. You know what I mean? Just like Cap said, in society we want everything to be equal, but as a dad, we can't look at things as equal because we're
We can't
looking
afford
at
it. We
as
can't
our
afford
daughter.
it. Yeah.
So we're
that.
gonna be
Y'all already know
biased
my
automatically.
route.
That's the hard. That's what he was trying to explain. Is like us as dads with daughters, we're never gonna look at it equal.
Never, ever.
never,
Ever.
because it's just our dad mentality
mines.
to
That's
make
mines.
sure that my daughter is good.
I got a mind fuck for y'all. We need a mind fuck.
I don't even
What
like
if
how
it
you
was?
said that.
What if it was opposite, and it was females going into a male's bathroom?
We wouldn't give a fuck. I'm gonna be honest with you.
We wouldn't
Nobody
give a
in here
fuck.
would give a fuck.
Yo, if I seen a female who's dressed like a male come into the bathroom, go into the stall, or stand up. I
Yeah, I don't
this-
care.
this-
I'm
yo, she's
but
not
am
a
I
threat.
wrong for not
She's
caring?
not a threat.
It's not
No.
like I don't care. Oh, see, it's not a.
She's not a
physically,
threat. Physically,
At all,
she's not a threat.
because the son can handle himself.
Yes.
is what,
Yeah.
in our mind.
But that's the unfair part of society, which nephew
Exactly.
said is that if it's good for the goose, then it's good for the gander. So if black people should be in the bathroom with white people, then the hard part for us to accept, even as dads, is that if you identify as a woman, whether you're white, black, or maybe a male, as rough as it is, and I'm not gonna personally say like, oh, I'm super comfortable with that because I'm not comfortable with that.
Color-
But at the
color
same-
and-
As a-
color
hold
and-
on, Pooh, 'cause I've been quiet for a minute. As
No,
a
you
da-
haven't.
No, you haven't.
I have,
nigga.
bro. I have.
You
As
every
a-
you
bro,
every
as a-
topic, every sentence.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck both of you. It's always the dark skinned niggas. As a dad, bro, I'm never going to be comfortable with that situation.
With what
right?
situation?
With
Male or
A
female?
Both.
trans male
Both.
going into a
Okay.
female's
both,
bathroom.
like with any of it.
Yeah.
But I know they're trying to get to where the fuck we got. So I'm understanding, but I'm never. If I see somebody who's hold on, can I finish?
You
Go ahead.
can, but I have to say something when you say they're trying to get where the fuck we got. You have to specify what you mean, because I'm assuming
Black
you're
people.
saying African Americans in America. You cannot compare the plight of motherfuckers that was brought over here as
No.
slaves,
You can't.
held in bondage, whipped,
No, you
killed.
I'm just talking about
For
equality.
looking
Like,
a certain way that they
society
had no
looking at
control over.
equality.
them as an
There's
equal.
never going to be a plight in America that's worse than what happened to the Native American or the black person. It's never going to happen.
So how
But-
can they be? I don't understand how they can be trying to get where we got. Like,
Equal,
I think
bro.
like just like saying like
Equal rights.
It's
You-
okay.
you can't
it's
even get
okay for us
married.
now to go into the same bathroom as a white person.
I just can't compare the
no,
two.
no, not the bathroom.
No,
Like,
I'm just saying. In
I
general.
understand equality, but these are two totally different levels of equality to the point that it kind of.
But why?
I just explained it to you, brother.
Yeah, but that's the bathroom thing. But why equality though? Why is that two different things of equality? Not minus the bathroom. Why can't gay people get married?
Now,
They can, can't they?
They can.
Not in all states. No, they
all
cannot.
states. Not all states, no.
it's
No, they
illegal
can't.
now. Some.
That's what I'm talking. I'm not talking about the bathroom.
I think we should.
The bathroom is the next level.
I think the most beautiful thing to actually help transgender individuals get the level of equality that they deserve
Get them their own shit.
is to, one,
I would agree.
separate it from every other plight,
Yes.
because this is a new one.
Yep.
And if we keep trying to compare it to things that were previous, we're never going to find a way, because this isn't some shit that has ever been seen, created. No, we have to see how we're in here discussing how we actually feel. We really, we have love for people. It's not like this is a hateful room. This is a loving room. There is no way you can compare that to the plight of slaves, because there was no love involved in that. Like, totally put that in its own chapter where it was.
I disagree.
And maybe talk about this 7-year-old
Yeah, there we go.
that,
Hold on.
in my opinion, had mental, could possibly have some form of mental issues that could be addressed.
Or the parents could have forced it on them type shit.
Anything. We don't know,
So
though.
can I
But
ask you a question real quick?
Hold on. Go ahead.
Just real quick. When Alex was 6,
yeah, I knew he was gay since
we
he was
knew
like
he was
3.
gay.
He was 3, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess
I'm only
trying
10
to-
years older
I'm-
than him. I say, yo,
I'm trying to be
that nigga gay.
I'm trying to be transparent with my feelings in
Yeah.
this topic. I'm
Yeah.
trying to be transparent. So we knew that Alex was gay when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
Like little kid. So
Yeah.
I guess for me, trying to be transparent with my feelings personally,
Yeah.
when I hear you say, how can this 7-year-old,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but
then
Alex as a gay man is never identified as a woman, though.
No. I get it. No, I get it. I get it.
But his universe wasn't.
But his
Like-
universe was a female universe, and so now the
Feminine,
hard,
yeah.
the feminine.
Yeah.
So now the hard part is we live in a new society.
Yeah, where they're
you know
in
what I'm
power.
saying?
They're in
that's deep.
power.
So that's why I said we have to put
He's
our
right, yeah.
personal
That's
feelings
deep.
aside because that's what we're used to. Now this gender neutral society is totally different.
So it's
And
like
being
evolving.
endorsed- being
evolving.
endorsed.
So the fact that we could be accepting of Alex at 6 years old playing right here when we got
That nigga want to vacuum
jump-
everything
yeah,
while
we
you
got-
trying to work
but-
out.
but
He's
we
out there double dutching while we got people playing basketball.
Listen, you got new right here spinning records.
like, this is
you
shit,
got
like-
you got other people right here playing dice. You got
Yeah.
niggas with hammers on them, and then you got Alex sitting on the floor playing with a doll
Yeah, in high heels.
in high heels. So you know what I'm saying? He identified as that woman, and we accepted him
Yeah.
for who he was. But because there was no label of "I feel like a woman," he just felt
couldn't
like
say
a
it.
gay kid because he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy? To this day, he even and not to put his business out there, but we've had discussions on like ultra flamboyant gay individuals. That even bothers him because he's gay. You know he's gay. He's more feminine, but he can't stand to see motherfuckers that are just like extra flamboyant. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I never asked him to expound on
But,
that.
but
And I
hold on,
don't- and I
hold
don't
on,
like that
hold on,
either.
Hody.
Real quick.
Hold on. At the same time, you got niggas out there that can't stand to see niggas extra pro-black. They drive them. They
I
just
would say
drives them nuts.
I think a better example would be extra masculine, like you know,
not
like,
even masculine, just
I mean,
extra
because we're
black.
talking about it's not just sexuality, but it's like male, female. So what's more associated with being a male, being extra masculine and walking around with your chest poked out and you know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
you're a racist motherfucker.
Yeah,
You're a
but
racist
hold on,
light
listen.
skinned nigga, so you always do light skinned black
He from
shit.
the South.
Being masculine was never a problem.
hanging- he was hanging
Being
niggas
black
up.
was, and that's the point. You got to conflate the problems, not the masculine.
Wait, say that again? Because I kind of.
Being masculine was never a problem. Being black was. So
How does that equate to the
If you
male,
would-
female, and transgender? See, you're correlating it to race
Race,
again,
yeah, it's
and this is what
race.
I was telling you earlier. I
I'm
think we should.
correlating it to hate.
I think you should totally separate it from race.
Why?
Because it's something new. Like we all just
Black people came from hate.
It's not about
If
black
we can't
and white.
accept people
So,
for
My
what
brother
they
Alex,
are,
my
why
brother
are they
Alex is
accepting us
black
for what
and
they
white.
are?
He's black and white.
Understand.
I'm black as a motherfucker. So to me, it doesn't have anything to do with race.
So
it's
what-
just the male, female, transgender, gay. You
But
know,
that's the point. You keep saying race and male and shit.
No,
That's
you
not- I'm
keep
talking
saying
about hate.
race.
Facts.
No,
You
hate. Hate. I keep going back to hate.
and I don't think it
guess-
has
Hate
much
is
to do
hate.
with. I don't think it has much to do with hate either.
I think it has to
It
do with
does.
exception.
Hate is hate.
Yo,
That's all it has
Neff.
to do. It all has to do
Pull the
with
mic
just-
to your mouth, pretty please.
It all has to just do with exception.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't, it's like the music industry. None
Yeah.
of y'all can go past your music industry, and I can't go past what I know about the music industry.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get past this generation of stuff because it's what you guys grew up. You can't teach a dog new tricks. You know.
I think
I kind of disagree with that because I record people. And I had to explain to a bunch of kids within the last 3 to 6 months that, no, you are right, but it's like I'm in a rare position because I record people. So I record young people, older people. And if I didn't work with all the younger people, I wouldn't be able to keep up with the evolution
That's-
of music.
that's the difference.
And then
So-
when you got old niggas like dung, 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 dung.
But listen,
You're a type that has accepted because you have to. It goes with your job
Yeah.
of a work. But people that don't have the same business
Yeah.
as that, they can't accept things like
But
that.
I think that what it
That's
boils,
real.
I think what it boils down to is this, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about that video. We're gonna move on. I think what it boils down to is this. I don't think anything that what you guys said is wrong. I think that
I think
everybody.
nephew be wrong
Well,
as a
listen,
motherfucker,
let me
man. I'm
finish.
just playing. You know I love
I
you, boy.
don't think that what anybody said is wrong.
You
I
keep
think
my brain
everything-
engaged.
I
Keep
think
that in
everything is
mind.
a matter of perception. So I've been trying to analyze what nephew's been saying. What he's saying is, what I feel like he's saying personally is, at a point in our society, the mixing of interracial things was new. So when you said earlier, this brought me back to what you said. Well, this is a new thing. Well, at some point in our society, the integration between white people and black people was the same as what you're talking about, a new thing that people were uncomfortable with, that it doesn't matter so much that we're making it sexual. I'm saying that the fact that it's a new thing that our society is trying to navigate through, it was the same concept as when the black people were trying to get integrated and to have the equal parts of it.
I don't agree.
That's all I'm saying.
I
Hate
don't
was
agree.
hate.
I'm saying
I can't agree, and I'll give you a clear example of why. Because not only is it new, it's just, okay, say you have topics of discussion. You have basketball, you have football, and then you have archery. They are totally different topics of discussion. Now, I understand that in each of these topics, they may have gone through similar plights because half people didn't like it, whether the sport was basketball, football, or archery. But what I'm saying is they are so different that it doesn't even help to sit there and focus on black people going through discrimination, because what we're dealing with has nothing to do with a racial discrimination. It's based on sexuality.
No, and I understand
Hold
that.
on, hold
but
on,
what
hold
he's
on,
saying,
hold on,
I think what
hold
he's
on.
saying is
I speak for myself.
conceptually.
What I'm saying is you just named archery and basketball.
They were random theoretical
Has
things
nothing
to
to do
throw
with
out there.
nothing.
Listen, do you really think that I thought basketball and football and archery were like literal
No.
things? This is what's hard for your brain
my
to
three
accept
favorite
things,
sports.
because you can't separate your mind from like literal things.
I
where
can't
it's like,
separate my mind from not being able to finish a thought, Cap.
if you can't finish
You
a
keep
thought,
cutting me off when I'm trying
if
to
you
talk.
can't finish a thought, it's because your brain doesn't
No,
process
because
fast
you just
enough.
keep interrupting.
I can be quiet for 30 minutes and you're going to say the same dumb shit
I'll wait till
over
you're
and
done.
over and over again.
I'll wait till you're done.
Do your thing.
You done? What I am portraying it to is hate. You keep conflating sex and race. It's not what I'm talking about. I know they're different. There was not a bunch of gay people that were made slaves. There weren't a bunch of transgender people that were made slaves. I get it. But I'm saying as a people, as a black person, coming from hate, what we had to go through, how we can show hate, and we hate gay people more than anybody in the world, blows my mind.
Why,
Can I
why are
ask you a
saying
question?
hate, though?
Yeah,
Nobody-
this is the confusion.
Nobody's. I don't hate gay people.
I
I'm
don't
not
hate-
saying you. I'm talking about black people as a whole.
So
I don't get where you're keeping.
How many times-
Nephew,
listen,
go ahead. Go ahead.
nephew. I don't want to cut you off, but I'm just as confused because you said hate.
Hate.
I don't understand that, because I don't hate anybody
We're not
at
talking
all.
about anybody.
You
hating
said
in
we
this room.
hate.
Yeah,
What are
you
you talking
in this
about
room,
then?
but
Explain
we're
it.
talking about transgenders and gays being hate compared to black people being hate. You're
I've never
conflating-
heard
don't hate
anybody.
them.
I've never heard anybody say they hate
We
transgender
don't
people.
Are
hate
you out of your mind?
No, us. I've never heard anyone say they hate them either.
I
Are
just
you out of?
no, listen, let me tell you.
haven't.
Okay, so let me tell you what I have heard. That people have issues with like the bathroom situation, where there's confusion on whether a transgender should be allowed in a woman's or male's bathroom as opposed to creating a third bathroom that's for transgenders. So that's totally separate from hate, is my opinion.
I would
Now-
say, what do
now
y'all
look,
watch? Because
now-
I've seen fuck them faggots
No, no,
all
no,
over
look,
the
look,
place.
look.
I've never seen.
Listen,
where you-
listen.
What are you watching? What's your
The
program look
actual
like?
news, nigga. I don't watch Fox.
So how about this?
I don't watch White Ring where they don't show shit
Nephew,
like that.
nephew,
I
let's
watch actual factual news.
Nephew. Let's
never
take it
seen that.
outside of the internet, the news. Say we have no access to devices or news stations. Let's equate it to our regular daily lives, right? In my daily life, and I deal with hundreds of people in 1 month, I have never seen one person say they hate transgender people. If anything, there's been confusion based on things like the story I read about when a 7-year-old is transgender. So it's not hate related, and this is why I can't correlate it to slavery, because slavery was totally based on profit and hate. Do you understand? They're two totally different topics when we go back to the basketball, football, and archery. That's why I gave you 3 different theoretical things, because yes, basketball, they're sports, but archery, you're sitting there doing something totally different. It's not hate in the same way where you had racial divide.
I think it was, because you're saying the profit thing is a good point. But as black people, when we even got put in, we were 3/5 of a person. 3/5 of a person. Then black people or gay people can't get married. Transgenders can't get married. It's a fight for rights, bro. It's not a fight for what everybody else. It's a fight for rights.
I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to agree to disagree, because at the same time, I feel like we all have our own opinions, and everybody is right. I mean, I'm not gonna knock anybody's opinion or anybody's thoughts, because we all look at things different, and that's the beauty of our collective, of the exchanging of the minds.
That's what's missing. It's not about being in agreement. It's not about that. Nephew has a feeling and a way of thinking. I have a feeling and a way of thinking.
Yeah, I mean,
and yours being contrary to mine, yours and his. That's what it is. Yeah. Other than that, there's no energy needed towards me trying to convert you over to my way of thinking, my thought process, my feelings.
I don't think this whole thing was about converting, though. I think it's about...
I feel like because the combativeness of the disagreements, like I see the frustration. Hold on. I see the frustration occurring when when we are on the same page, because we don't see it as you do. And you bring in the way you express it is a way of frustration. And I'm just trying to let you know, and seconding what Hoodie said, is that's the beauty of it. We're not supposed to be on the same page if we feel and think a certain way. And it's not about agreeing to disagreeing. It's just what it is. I feel this way. You feel and think this way. And that's all it is.
How about this? I know a couple transgenders. I can get them on the show.
Yes, that would be dope.
You can ask them how they feel.
Yeah, that would be dope, man. Now that's that's expertise right there.
Yeah.
Where do you think I got it from?
No, not you. Them.
You think I just made it up? Like I wasn't talking.
That doesn't make you.
Not an expert.
And then we're gonna change. We got to move on, fellas.
Yeah. But listen,
the only thing I was gonna say is when he talked about hate, and I think what he was talking about as far as hate is, there is a little bit of hate of the transgender community, and I can just say specific from what I've seen. So there was a male swimmer. He was ranked 324 in the male swimmer.
You talking about Leah Thomas?
Leah Thomas.
With Riley Gaines. I'm totally familiar.
Don't put me on that, because I do not think trans athletes should be playing.
That still wasn't a hate situation. It was a factual and evidence-based.
She should not have been performing.
So what you're saying is you probably seen hate related to that?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say as far as that specific example. I see where he was talking about hate, because I seen the people hating that aspect of the transgender thing. Yeah. So when he's talking about when he said about people hating on the transgender,
I think even Joe Rogan said
that's why I said hating on the transgender. I can see when he's talking about hate, that's what I've experienced of seeing visually people hating on the transgender community.
Yeah, I disagree with that shit 100%. Yeah. She should have never been able to perform with the women. But the hate that came after just shows how ugly people are.
See, I'm not familiar with the hate that.
The hate that came. She should have never performed.
I disagree with that happening, but it never made me feel like, oh, I hate.
Yeah, but I've heard nothing but disagreements of things. Yeah, those other sports.
Yeah, but in your usual words. Yeah, we sometimes we can't just talk about how we feel or what we see.
Real shit.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the hard part. Is like we're all gonna feel how we're gonna feel. That's just the beauty of it, like I said.
Yeah.
But you had a video.
Yeah, we're gonna get to one of these videos, but before we transition into that, I want to say that it's beautiful that a group of grown men can sit in a room and disagree and have different opinions. Oh yeah. How old are you again?
16.
11.
Oh shit!
I almost offered him
I don't care if you're 26.
Yo, he kind of looks like
Hold up. Just because he's 20, just because your son 26, don't mean he's super grown. You in a room full of old heads. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate your opinions and your facts, because we don't know the shit. I'm cussing. The shit y'all know. You know what I'm saying? You're educating us when you speak.
Yes, sir.
And this is what I always tell the young dudes that I work with, like, yo, they always say, thank you, Cap, thank you. And like, nah, thank you for speaking because I wouldn't know. You can't go to college and get the education you get from these young dudes. You know what I mean? But yeah, we got to transition to Jetta. What we got next? Which one of them videos?
There's an Eclipse video, and then I don't know what that was.
So Quest, you want to watch the Eclipse video or the Boeing video
Boeing,
first?
let's go Boeing.
All right, so give a little pretense to what and I edited it too. My edit might be a little
Hold
fucked
on,
up.
bro.
My edit might be a little
Hold
fucked up
on.
because
Yo,
Jetta ain't want to come
time
edit the
out.
video
Yo,
for
Neff,
me, so
Neff,
I just like
time
chopped
out,
it.
Time out.
I was gonna
say, he
pass
didn't
it.
ask
Chill
me.
before you get.
Yeah, I did,
Hold on,
but-
chill, nigga.
should've.
You
what I
always
was saying.
this nigga always
You know what I was about
yo,
to say?
Yo.
I'm like, damn, bro.
yo, chill, bro.
What?
Nothing. Because essentially it came from the point of reference of this spotlight news shit came from Neff. And Neff was already about to start nephew.
I was, bro.
So I had to hold this nigga off and say, chill with the light skin energy and let me pass you the rock like Bron, my nigga. Can I throw a no look to you, my nigga?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
here, take it, bro.
Yeah. So we talk about the Boeing. Not a lot of people know that there's only two airlines that do commercial flights on a super basis, right? So it's Airbus and it's Boeing. Boeing is getting their funding cut from not from the government or not from anybody, from their own CEO. They're putting productivity, speed, money, profit over quality
and
you know what I
safety.
mean? So there's a specific plane too, the 737 MAX from Boeing that like crashes, like fucking landing gear falls off, doors fly off mid-flight, and
Windshields crack.
Yeah,
That's because they got niggas like nephew on their plane. But go ahead,
that ain't like
What you
nah,
say?
It's what's going on in the warehouse.
the parts?
Basically,
Nah, I know.
in the warehouse.
Yeah, the parts
So-
started
so-
giving out.
So basically what's happening is they
seat
tried
can't
to
hold
fast track some planes and skip, the safety personnel precautions inside of these factories and have been giving out, less than stellar quality planes that have been having faulty, recent history.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy though? How
yeah.
you I mean, you got niggas like Hoodie that travels all the time. Like, how do you feel about?
It's those, and it's the big planes, the 737s that are doing straight flights,
that are
international
long.
flights,
And what's
long
crazy-
flights.
What's crazy is a lot of the people, so they have the FDA, they're supposed to be monitoring this shit, but
FAA?
FAA, my bad. Oh, yeah, FAA. I said food
Food
said-
and
you
drugs.
said
I'm fat. I'm
Nigga
fat.
hungry.
Nigga. I'm stop
Nigga
thinking about
hungry.
food and drug. So they're supposed to be monitoring what goes on with the Boeing planes.
Yeah.
But most of the people, because they're short staffed, that are hired to monitor the planes,
Yeah.
are hired by Boeing. So it's Boeing policing Boeing. So of course they're just gonna say,
That's never good.
keep them going, keep them going. We didn't see nothing. We didn't see nothing.
And they're using it's more than just like turning a blind
like
eye
Delta.
to the quantity. I do too, but it's like using scrap, like the CEO using scrap parts, trying to cut corners and costs to put more
Literally
bottom
out
line.
of the scrap bin.
Yes, that type of
and
shit.
nobody's policing them except themselves.
Yeah, so and what's happening is a lot of things, engines catching on fire, flight, tires falling off in mid-flight,
Didn't the door fall off or something?
door
Yeah,
falling
bro.
off.
I'm
Can
too
you-
paranoid for
How the
that shit.
fuck
I'm
does
gonna
a
be
door fall off?
driving and walking for the rest of my life. Fuck
Bro,
that.
but
Nephew thinking about food because he got to feed them Venezuelans hiding in his belly button.
Yeah.
yo, chill.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, let's
They in there digesting his food for him.
I got 2 immigrants in here and your
Yo,
mama.
let's get to this video real quick, man.
Let's go.
I'm gonna have your auntie Rama.
A former employee of Boeing who was telling the world about the gaps in Boeing's manufacturing facilities has now been found dead. This former Boeing employee's name is John Barnett. He was 63 years old. Barnett was found dead in South Carolina. His body was found in his truck in a hotel car park. The police say Barnett died from a self-inflicted wound. The details have not been made public, but what we do know is just days before his death, Barnett had given evidence against Boeing. Barnett retired from Boeing in the year 2017 on health grounds. Over 3 decades of his life were spent working for the Boeing company. Why did Boeing's former employee turn against the company? Some 2 years after Barnett retired, there were 2 back-to-back Boeing 737 MAX crashes. All passengers on board the Lion Air and the Ethiopian Airlines flights died. Questions started emerging about Boeing's safety, and that is when Barnett started sharing information that he was privy to.
Yes.
Crazy,
know,
right?
man.
What's even crazier about that is I sent a video to the group
Yeah.
where the guys were like, "Would you fly on one of these planes?" And these are the people putting the planes together. Would you fly on this plane? Dude was like, "Hell nah." Would you fly on this plane? Hell nah.
In the factory, live.
Yeah, live. And then they asked the one dude, "Would you fly on this plane?" He said, "Yeah, but
And these
you know
are people that
I
were
got a
making
death
them,
wish."
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the dudes that are making the planes.
So what does that tell you about, like, not just the psychology
It's
of it,
profit
but
over people. It's profit over people, bro.
That's not a lie. And just to jump in from where you said earlier, you said Hoodie travels a lot. So I have been I do travel a lot, and since I've been traveling, I started my first time like going I went to Hawaii. That's my first long flight on a international plane because of the flight length or whatever. But since I've been going, the seats have gotten smaller, and they've been putting more people on the plane to maximize those profit margins. So
you mean like the actual size of
the size of the seats are small. So
the
when
plane's
I was
the same size.
when I was
more weight.
when I was a bigger guy, so at my max I weighed 430. So there was one point where I had
God damn.
but at my max I weighed 430, and there was a time. Nah, word up. There was a time that
Nigga, you can't get on this plane.
Nah, there was a time when
You
they
are
had
the
an
plane,
issue
nigga.
where they was like, "Yo, sir, if you can't fit in your seat, then you're gonna have to buy another seat."
Yeah,
I've
you
heard
gotta
of
get
that.
double buckles.
So
G
and
shit.
nah, it's
You
called,
laughing?
it's,
I'm
called
dead
a,
serious.
it's called a seatbelt extender. If you get on a
Yeah.
plane and you ask for a seatbelt extender, motherfuckers are gonna look at you like you
Funny.
asked for a knife. But nigga, I'm just trying to be safe like you, bitch.
So how do you feel traveling in these defective planes?
So Delta doesn't use Boeing.
They use Airbus.
They use Airbus. I fly Delta personally. That's just what I fly.
Same here.
But
I want to
nonetheless,
ask you, how do you feel
I'm always
flying if you
nervous.
had to fly?
I'm always nervous.
If you had to fly, because you
I'm
be around the
always
globe.
nervous.
So if you had the globe trot in one,
always
what if they
nervous.
gave you
I'm always nervous.
hold up. What if they gave you a
Boeing flag.
nah? What if they gave you a 70% discount?
I'm always nervous.
Would you take the discount and say fuck it?
Maybe.
Hold up. Yo, Cap.
Where am I going?
Yo, Cap, to expound on that,
Yeah.
we were supposed to take a flight to Florida straight shot to Disney World.
Yeah.
And my wife actually had tickets in rotation to get a straight shot, right? So with this whole situation with the Boeing, I did some research and found out the airline that she was getting ready to have us do, which I never did, a straight shot. I've always had to stop at
Layover.
Detroit,
Yeah.
stop at Atlanta, what have you. And
Quest
then
said, hold up.
yeah, something's different. And then come to find out, she gave me the name. Thank you for that, baby. And it was exactly one of the planes that take the 737, whatever, MAX joint to go straight down there.
737,
So
747. I think
You're
it was,
welcome.
So yes, thank you, nephew. So, and I sent all the information to her, and lo and behold, make a long story short, we're not flying down there. And it made me think, because she said, now, if we take Delta like you want, it's going to be X amount of more money. So I'm like, okay, so if we was getting on this, this Boeing, of course the costs are going to be lower because it's a known issue that you're taking a risk. So we need to get these tickets off.
How you think the fucking pilots and stewardess
Oh my
feel?
God.
Yo,
Gosh,
that's what's
bro,
crazy.
like-
I got insight behind that, Cap. Like, there's a little piece of machinery on the side of the plane.
Yeah.
That they added to the 737 MAX that is supposed to autocorrect things. They never trained the pilots on that. They gave them documents and they put them on a computer, but they never gave them flight
Teach yourself
simulation.
shit.
Yeah, they never gave them flight simulation training. So most of the planes that crashed in the 737 were because that got kicked off by something, and the pilots never knew how to correct it.
Damn.
So it's a
How did we get here? How did we get to this
money.
point?
Money.
I mean, money and the fact that money. I mean, because I mean, because the reality is I can say
He said I
wanna,
tried to give y'all the benefit of the doubt,
I
but
want to go. I want to go everywhere, but it's still money. You know what I mean? When we went to China, we went on a 13-hour flight from Detroit to Korea. My nigga, 13.
I want to go to Korea.
13 hours and 19 minutes.
That's a long flight, bro.
wanna
Right,
go to South
13 hours.
Korea.
I mean, it was overnight. It was a overnight flight.
I would need a Xanax for that.
But it was, it was still rough.
Mr. T
And
shit,
then when we
right?
got
Knock
there,
me the
and then we
fuck
got
out,
there,
nigga.
we had a 2-hour layover, and then we had a 5.5-hour flight from Korea to
that 5.5 felt like cake.
Nah, it was just because it was only 2 hours. Like by the time,
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind you're used to traveling, so the way you perceive. I mean, we all travel, but he's one of those travelers.
Yeah,
like,
super traveler.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the way he perceives travel is probably a lot different than what
I
we
mean,
would.
A 3-hour flight's crazy for me.
well, yeah. I mean, only reason why I said the 13-hour it wasn't that bad is because like,
Nigga,
when we-
13 hours.
No, but what I'm saying, but this is what
working
I-
in the studio,
but
I
this
love
is-
it. But
no, but this is what I was saying. This is why I was saying that is because
At 8,
when we
nigga,
used to
I'm
go
sleep.
to when we used to go to Hawaii, I got a better deal if I went out of Binghamton.
Yeah.
And every city has a hub. So like when you leave out of Elmira, you go to Detroit.
Yeah.
When you leave out of Binghamton, you go to Cincinnati. Well, they had a direct flight from Cincinnati to Hawaii, 9 hours. So the first couple of times I did that, it was extra long, but it prepared me for the 13. I'm not saying that
so
it was
what
hard.
what is so 13 was a straight flight or it was
Straight
had
flight.
layovers?
No.
So let's get back to the topic at hand. The
Scared.
Boeing was
Scared. I told you that from the beginning. It doesn't matter. Anytime I get on a plane, I'm scared.
nervous.
Same here, same
Yeah,
here.
just because you know that if something does happen, there's no coming back.
13
Yeah.
hours
If I
in
can-
the sky, my
So-
nigga,
so
knowing
for me-
that there's been. I mean, I get recalls on cars that I don't even own anymore. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like, imagine if your loved one is in the air and they sent you some mail while your loved one's in the air saying, "Oh, here's a recall, so maybe you might want to rethink that ticket. We'll
Yeah,
refund
nah,
you." The
like-
nigga's already in the air, and you like,
If I get in the car with you, leaving here
Yeah.
to drop me off home,
Yeah.
I'm nervous.
Real
That's
shit.
that's just me. Like
Yeah.
I said, for me, the plane, the car, a bus,
It's
a
'cause somebody else
train,
is in
because
control.
somebody else is in control, it makes me nervous. That's just me.
you ever drove to Florida?
Yes.
I have.
You did?
Couple
I'm
times.
about
Nigga,
to.
I
I'm
drove
about
to Florida, and that shit was like a journey.
I'm not
Once you hit
driving to Florida.
95,
I'd rather have say in my destiny
Yep.
than being in a 0% chance of
I
survival.
mean,
in
I've
someone
flown
else's
too,
hand.
and
I'm not-
flying was cool because it was quick, right? But to drive there,
Not in a straight shot. I'm not straight shot.
So, Quest, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You're gonna drive to Florida with your wife, right?
Yes.
You trust your wife, right?
Yes.
All right. So let me ask you a question. If your wife is driving and you go to sleep,
I'm
hell
not.
nah.
I'm not.
I'm just
not.
I'm just
I love my
asking a
wife
question.
too, but
I'm just asking a question.
I'm not,
sad.
though.
She's
I'm
so
not.
nervous.
So if you guys are traveling to Florida
She'll see a
and
bunny
it's her
walking
leg to
around
drive and you just drove 10 hours of the leg, right? And it's her time to drive. So you're telling me that you've never napped in the car with your
Can I
wife?
tell you what? Before
That's the question.
Listen,
I never have.
Yes or no?
No, because let me tell you,
I never
There
have.
is no nap. It's going to be. I'm
I'm
not
always
going
driving.
to sleep. I'm going to be her extra set of eyes and attentiveness,
Yeah.
and we're not going to switch over at a. We're going to
That
stop
sound
somewhere.
good.
No, listen. You
now
don't
I
know.
never have. When my kids was
If
driving,
you
my
drive
boys,
straight, no.
No, we're not. We're going to stop.
my
and
boys
sleep
have
somewhere.
driven, and I've rested because
We're
they're
not
super
going to stop,
comfortable.
and I'm
but-
going to sleep. Nah, I'm not sleeping, fam. I'm not sleeping.
So let me. We only got like 20 minutes left, and y'all ain't rushing to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah,
we
you
got the
got
youngest in the
exactly.
building today. Hoodie keep grabbing his phone. I know what time it is, bro. Either you betting or wife is calling you, telling you got to do something.
Nah.
Chris's aunties, I know what you're going to say. you
But
only got to say.
this is what I would like to do. So we do have the eclipse video.
Yeah.
But before we hit that, I wanted to kind of change the tone of negative nephew and put some funny shit on
Fuck
here.
y'all. Nephew ain't negative.
Never.
Nephew be nephewing.
He
I love that nigga, man.
because he don't be losing no weight.
Listen,
Stupid.
I love you. I want to club you over the head and take you home with me.
Caveman. Boom.
You challenge my mind and my thoughts, but your ass just won't go to the gym.
Come get this leg press work, nigga.
Let's get it, man. 200, right?
Come get it.
All right. So there's another video, Jetta. If you can load up that other video, it was the cash scam.
Oh, bad.
All right. So I'm gonna give y'all some pretense to this, right? Hoodie looking at me, laughing like a motherfucker.
He probably scammed the nigga too.
I was about to.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Now I got Cap. Cap is a G, man, but Cap has a big golden heart. So
It's not golden. It's like
I want to.
it's bronzy.
It's dark as fuck for sure.
Wow.
It's bronzy.
There's racism and all types
Yeah,
of
it's black
schisms.
than a motherfucker. Ain't no
So-
way any organ is not black.
Motherfuckers. So I wanted to help these dudes out. Jetta, do you remember this story?
That nigga insides look like an
jewelry?
Etch-a-Sketch.
Remember?
Not offhand.
I know I told you. I be telling you every fucking thing, son. And sometimes I be mad, turned up, and intense, so you might not remember this shit. But I was on my way to Spectrum paying the cable bill for the studio. That shit was like $500. It was at the end of the COVID period or during the COVID period. So literally, I'm walking towards the Spectrum door, and I literally had my hand on the door and pulled it. This, I think it was a Honda Odyssey or a Honda or a Toyota Camry or Toyota van pulls up right in front of the door, saying, "Oh, excuse me, brother." So I turn around, and it's a Indian. I don't want to missay it, but Indian or Pakistani maybe. He said,
Corner store nigga.
Yeah, he said, "Can you help me? Can you help me?"
That's racist.
Jesus Christ!
I didn't want to be the racist
What
nigga.
the fuck?
You know what I'm saying, creature?
What are we doing right now? What are we doing? We just got done talking about transgenders, and this nigga said, "Yeah, Slurpee niggas."
We are gonna
This is crazy, bro.
we are gonna be the most canceled show
Them was my
on the
niggas. They
internet.
my
nigga.
niggas, man.
This shit is crazy, bro.
Niggas, bro.
Yo.
Chill.
You might as well have just said thank you. Come again.
Yo.
This is ridiculous.
So I'm gonna sum it up real quick. And so the nigga basically he had his wife and a little kid, a young girl in the backseat, wife in the backseat of this van, young daughter in the backseat of this van. He told me that he was traveling from somewhere to California. He lost his wallet.
I got the same shit about a year ago from a nigga at Walmart. Go ahead.
He said, and it was up at
Spectrum,
Same
so it's right
spot,
around the corner,
same
basically.
spot, bro. Yeah.
But if I ever see this motherfucker again, sir,
That nigga
Yo,
tried
I
to
pray
kick
to God
stop,
on this.
Stop avoiding the shit.
What
All right, so
What happened?
basically the nigga asked me for some money, right?
The nigga got
For
some.
your shit back?
Said he needed gas, and
I got that
his
too.
daughter was literally in the back.
Was it navy blue?
Nah,
No,
it was
hold on.
white.
Let
It
him
was
finish.
white.
Let him
His daughter
finish
was in the
his
back while the wife was holding her, and the daughter was crying. That shit. I said, "Yo, what the fuck?" So he told me what he needed. I said, "Yo," he didn't even have to try to convince me too much because I love people.
God
and
got
that's
you.
one of my detriments.
God, man.
He said he needed gas and food to get to California. I said, "Well, if I can give you some money, how are you going to make sure you make the rest of your journey?" "Oh, give me your phone number. I'll contact you, and what I can do is I'll give you my jewelry." Nigga
He
had
trying to give me jewelry too.
son, nigga had mad jewelry on his neck. He had the shit on his hands. Nigga was looking dip, son. I said, "Look, but this is the God in me." He tried to give me the jewelry. I said, "I don't even want your jewelry." I said, "I want to make sure you and your family get to where you're going safely." But he insisted. He said, "And when I get home, it's 18 karat gold." He said, "You can just send it back to me and I'll send you your money back." I said, "Okay, let's do that." So he took 2 or 3 chains off his neck, 3 rings off his finger, gave them to me. I put them in my pocket. Him thinking this is what I wanted. Nigga, if I wanted jewelry now, I would buy it and wear it. And all types of, you know what I'm saying? But that's not where I'm at right now. That was that young boy shit. So he kind of got a Vic very easy. We exchanged numbers, shook hands. His wife said thank you. Daughter stopped crying. They left. That was that. I ain't gonna lie. Next day, I text the nigga like, "Yo, you make it to your destination yet?"
Damn, nigga, he was going to Cali.
Yeah, but
Then they trying to transport. That's crazy.
I gave you enough money to put super in your tank. You should be close, nigga.
He got home from Spectrum and said, "Hey, bitch, you in Cali yet?"
Yo, yeah.
He left Spectrum and got home and was like, "Hey, it took me 20 minutes to get home. You in Cali yet, bitch?"
No, and I ain't gonna lie, I didn't tell my wife about it initially, but I told my son. I told Deshaun.
Yeah.
So
That nigga say you got played.
he be doing cause the shit was so
It's real. They sell it real good, bro.
very well crafted. That I have gold. I've had gold. I've spent thousands on official jewelry. Do you understand? I'm not the easy type to fool, but I promise you, if you would have seen this 18 karat gold, the only thing that stuck out was that it was 18 karat gold, because you rarely see 18 karat gold jewelry consistently.
Never see
Necklaces,
24K type shit.
talk that shit. So when I get home, he wasn't trying to correspond the way I wanted him to, so I gave the jewelry to my son. He does rap and, you know, whatever. And my son was like, "Is it real?" And he already got jewelry that's real as a motherfucker, all type of shit. So he thought it was real too, but he put it up. After about a week, this dude wasn't hitting me back. And then I noticed that without any taking the jewelry out the house or exposing it to like rain or oxidization, or the shit started looking more like the motherfucking, what's the shit that niggas used to have their pipes made out of?
Lead.
Nah.
Copper.
Nah, the shit is that the shit that
Lead. It's
the
either
shit
lead or
the shit
copper.
the fiends will get in your apartment building and copper.
Copper,
It started looking like copper. All that lustrous shine that was on that shit that first 2-3 days is gone. I still got some of that shit.
Time sensitive.
Nigga.
Long story short, if they were transgender, you wouldn't give them the money.
Yo, chill, fam.
What's wrong with you, dude?
Nephewing.
Play the video, nigga. This nigga here.
Shakespearean actor who said, "Thank you so much for stopping. I lost my wallet. I'm from another country. My family is in the car. Please help me."
To ensure his good faith, he offered jewelry, a chain and rings.
I still told him I didn't have any money. Before I went to his car, he places the jewelry on your passenger seat.
Son, he did the
And tells
same
you,
shit
"Please,
to me, bro."
I'll give you my jewelry. I trust you. You will give it back to me. Just give me a little bit of cash."
I had
He's
to
just
turn the
asking
mics
for
on for this
$20
shit.
at this point.
But the stakes kept getting
That nigga
higher
got me.
and higher.
Look how
But
shiny
as he
that
goes
shit
on
is.
and
though.
on,
Yeah, they make like
eventually he
6 figures
says,
on
"Hey, this is my grandfather's $100,000 Rolex. Please help me out." And you get to the point where you feel very guilty now.
And that felt great
So he
after I
relented,
parted ways with
giving
him.
him
Well, listen, my new leg gonna cost 12 stacks.
Here's
Can
my
somebody
telephone.
give
It
me
was
500 towards
iPhone,
that?
AT&T.
I got
figured
you,
it
bro.
was all legit.
You know what's
I can
crazy?
track
My
him if
nigga, I
something
got
goes
you. If
wrong.
you need that, I
And
got
you really
you.
They
feel
did
like he's
this
giving you a
in,
lot of value.
Zambia.
Maybe
You
we
feel like
should
you have
keep
this
$130,000 worth
thing.
of
Remember, she dropped
jewelry.
the ring,
So
supposedly?
$2,500 seems like nothing.
The guy said he would return to collect his jewelry and pay him back. Still, Raphael says some kind of warning light went off in his head.
I went to Rolex store right away. They said, "This watch, you don't even have to check it. It's worth nothing." The ring, they said, "This is actually 18 carats, and we'll tell you exactly how much it's worth in a second."
But moments later, more bad news. The necklace and rings were quality fakes, and the man from Dubai with a fake name and phone number was long gone.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So,
That's a mean hustle, boy.
Yeah, man. They gotta.
to keep my conversation rolling, but just to keep the conversation rolling. What I did was I took the jewelry to the same spot where I bought my wife's engagement ring, and they're familiar with me. I bought mad pieces out of there. The lady looked at me like, "I am so sorry." She was like, "They've been doing this for years out here." But the sheriff's department has never been able to track these people down, and you know what I mean? Like she said,
hard, yeah.
"How much money did you give them?" I told her. She said, "I'm so sorry." Granted, it was $500. I needed it, but it could have been worse because a nigga with a good heart can be. But
Bro,
ever
talk
since
that up
then,
a lot more.
I almost rode out on one of them niggas that posted up at Wise though. I seen him over there with his wife and a kid. They was doing the same shit, and this was like last summer. I promise you, I had to pray and take my ass home because he was about to pay for that shit,
Yo,
bro.
son, let me tell you something, though. Regardless of what the outcome was, the universe operates in different set of rules.
Yeah.
So for you putting that money in that man's hand with the intent that you did, you are going to get the karmatic effect that's going to be prosperous.
When no, nigga, I want it.
Hold on, time out. First of all, spell karmatic and tell me what karmatic even means.
Karma, it's what you give
That nigga
into.
say karmatic.
What you give,
what you put, what
back,
you
I
give
believe.
comes back to you.
That's a great word.
You know
I
what I'm
never even
saying?
heard that word.
So, I mean, the karmatic effect of it will come to you. However, it's not going to be something you're going to be able to pinpoint and identify and be like, oh, yeah, that came from that. No, because you gave it what with a genuine heart.
You know what my wife did? What do you think she did?
Talk shit to you.
Probably tell you stupid as fuck.
Started laughing.
She was dying laughing.
Probably say, you dumb motherfucker.
You old hero ass nigga.
You know what she said?
Captain,
She said,
not me.
look, listen what she said. She said, so you was on your way in the Spectrum to pay your business cable bill that was close to $500, and you had a couple extra to put on it, so you're putting an even $500. You said you had your hand on the door. Oh. But you chose to give this guy $500?
Oh, she mapped it out. She visualized that joint.
I said, damn.
I feel like a fucking idiot.
I did and I do.
But your heart was in the right place though.
So listen, since we talking about some dumb shit and we already getting ready to go, we got a couple seconds left. I got a dumbass question for y'all, and this is how we gonna end.
Oh shit, man.
This is. I'm gonna ask nephew this question first because you know what I mean.
That nigga deserves the question.
Nah, he's our local alcoholic, so you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm just keeping it 1,000. You know,
And expert on all things in life.
Listen, if it was a weed question, who would y'all ask? Let's just keep it real. So we're gonna ask nephew this question right here. All right.
Nephew facts.
What sport would be the funniest if you could add a mandatory amount of alcohol to? If you had to pick a sport that you had to mandatory drink, what sport would be the funniest?
Baseball.
Baseball? How would it be funny?
Because somebody has to throw a ball
Yo.
to the plate. Do you imagine somebody that could throw the ball 100 miles an hour, drunk?
And how much alcohol would you mandatory give?
Like, did you see what Randy Johnson
sport?
did to the bird?
Go ahead, Dede.
I'm between, I want to say tennis.
That would be funny. That would be funny as a bitch too.
A bunch of niggas swinging and missing.
Or even get smacked with a tennis racket or the ball at the same time. You don't know what's coming in your way, you know.
Quest.
Obviously, I'm gonna say basketball.
You think it would be funny with basketball?
Niggas play drunk.
It'd be fun. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. Like I mean, it'd be real loosey goosey more than it is. You know, it'd be very creative and you know what I'm saying. And
I mean, it would be fun because nowadays niggas only play 50 games a season anyway. So
whatever, niggas.
Brown's still the GOAT, nigga.
Go,
Get over
nigga.
it. Deal with yourself.
40,000, nigga. Shut up.
I wasn't even talking about Brown. I was just saying in general.
Well, he played 50 something nowadays at 40 years old.
Yeah, deal with it.
And put up 25, 7 and 7.
Deal with him.
He's the
7
biggest
and
man
8.
on the court.
Deal with it.
7 and 8.
But anyway, you know what I mean? I just want to thank Day for coming down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jada, shout out to you. You know what I mean? We ain't saying nothing about you today. Aren't you proud?
Thank God.
You know what I'm saying?
Leave me the fuck alone.
I mean,
Not in front of my son. Not in front of my son.
Not my seed. Not in front of my seed.
You know, because your dad got a bathroom problem. You know what I mean? Last time he was running the boards, he had to go take a shit, and he was mad because we asked him did he wash his head.
He don't just take.
He
He just don't. He don't just urinate. He.
That nigga did not wash his hands, bro.
I was in school.
He came up here with shit fingers.
Hold up. No, he was talking. What'd he say? What'd he say?
So what's crazy is one day I was in school.
Blow
right?
his shit up.
And I had to go to the bathroom, right? I went to the bathroom. I got out. I started washing my hands, and some of the kids, and there were 2 kids in there. They really asked me, "You wash your hands after you go bathroom?"
Let me ask you a
What
question.
the fuck?
Yo, you know what's crazy?
Wait.
Yes.
No, because it's crazy.
Mindful exchange. Like, comment, and share.
Please do that, man.
Bro, their parents were the same ones when they washed their chicken, they put dish soap on it.
That nigga said
That's ridiculous.
What was your response though?
I was like,
The fuck?
you
Who
know,
raised you
hygiene?
niggas?
Like, I grew up washing my hands. I'm a normal person. You think I'm gonna just walk out there, grab? The school's already dirty as it is.
Shitty finger.
Yeah.
Like your daddy had shitty
We
fingers.
call it Jetta fingers.
Mindful exchange. Like, comment, and share.
Yeah, he had them poopy knuckles. Get out here with them poopy knuckles, bro.